Hello, August 11th, 2012. Since it's a weekend, we're going to do things a little tiny bit differently, but not too much. Let's go over and look at last week's Brent Crude endings. Started out at about 113, a little bit above, and then just kind of wobbled up and down for a while. And then Wall Street did its reactionary, and it fell all the way down to 111. Came back, went back down, and then shot all the way back up to 113.5. With the fuel going up in price, why don't we go down and see what's happening with gasoline prices locally here in San Francisco. Inexpensive gas station. Expensive gas station. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this video is because something's happening with the oil barges in San Francisco Bay. Something that we haven't seen in a while, but I wanted to go show you and show you the reason why. Okay, while we're looking at the barges in San Francisco Bay, what I wanted to talk to you about here was when we had that Chevron Refinery fire just across the bay. I was wondering what would happen with the barges because the oil is still being pumped. Okay, and as you can see, there are all kinds of barges piled up in the bay. There's a batch of them right over here that looks like there's at least 3 together, and then another one behind it, and so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there was one over here, so that's 9 barges so far today. So on this very hot Saturday, we're having a lot of oil barges starting to pile up in San Francisco Bay, which means that a gasoline crisis is coming shortly. Probably mostly here in the Bay Area and a little bit north and south of here. But it'll affect everyone because it'll just put that much less fuel on the market. And do you ever feel like this is sort of turning into the next step of collapse? The next bit of news, of course, is the world. There's so many crises going on right now. We're heading into a major food crisis, which will mean many people will starve. Unfortunately, it's just the beginning of that. Prices of food is predicted to go as high as some people's rent or mortgage. I can't imagine a planet like that. Who's going to come up with money like that? The second collapse, of course, is the euro. Now is being predicted to happen shortly, weeks, maybe a month or so. My advice, get your money out of the banks. These big corporations, if you have anything tied up in any kind of corporation, I would honestly get out of it and go into a locally owned credit union. Look for the ones where your government is in. Those are usually the very best. And you'll notice that many governments use credit unions instead of banks. Make sure that you buy locally. That way you can keep your produce bill down quite a bit if you use farmers markets, what they call health food stores. And here on Pink Barrio, if you need anything, there's plenty of things here that are made by independents, have nothing to do with the corporations, which are now causing the planet to collapse, both financially and environmentally. Heat wave is continuing across the Midwest and now mostly in the Southwest, where we see temperatures of 115 to 116 yesterday. Unbelievable temperatures. These seem to be everyday normal temperatures now. I can't imagine what 2 or 3 years down the road is going to look like. Let us know what you think about all this turmoil. I mean, are you guys preparing for it, stocking up on food? What are you doing, if anything? Are you just going to see if it even happens? And anyway, let us hear from you. You can give a video response if you'd like. I turn them on immediately, so you won't have to wait. All right, all. With the rock concert in the background, down in the Haight in San Francisco, you can hear it up here. So we'll see you next time.